Hey everyone, in this voice recording, I'm going to be speaking on the topic of female soldiers in the Roman Republic or female combatants, as in, not, excuse me, I meant to say combatants or some kind of word like that. Female soldiers, female legions, female archers, female siege units, female guards, female prefectures, female, anything that has to do with combat, female gladiatrix, gladiators, which are not called gladiators, but they're called gladiatrix, and all these kind of things. Well, as far as the military is concerned, it's more if has Caesar and the oracles of the Roman Republic, they're all female, most of them. And Caesar and all of his wise advisors and Senate members, if they have allowed it, that women should also be legions, then yes, there will be. Or if there's like a need to keep some sort of balance. Let's just say some men are too exhausted and, they've been sent away somewhere on, for some marches. Then yes, the women also obviously need to know how to fight. Okay? Look, the Roman Republic has a very strong fighting tradition, military tradition. So in Rome, in the Roman Republic, every female knows how to pick up a sword and fight, how to use a gladius, the bare minimum, how to use a dagger to stab people, to defend themselves, because they're used to seeing swords, soldiers. It's nothing new for them. So the women also know how to fight and defend themselves just by nature, okay? It's not that they have to just sit at home all day and do nothing. So in the Roman Republic, women also know how to fight, most of them. Now, if Caesar decides, hey, I need an all-female legion, he'll get one, So, it also depends, what's the situation and everything. So, yeah. And they'll have the same rank, military structure as just like the male soldiers, okay? Now, female gladiators did exist in Rome, okay, in the Roman Republic. There were also female gladiators, gladiatrixes fighting. These type of female gladiators could also ascend to the level of patricians if they made it well in the arena, okay, in the amphitheaters and the coliseums. They could also get wealthy off that and move into a patrician villa, okay? And the same thing, they can also be female chariot racers, okay? So, which can also ascend to the patrician status in the Roman Republic. Now, if female officers, if Caesar decides to call in a female legion, an all-female legion, then yes, those high-ranking female officers will obviously be patricians, okay? That's just how it is in Rome. Most of the patricians are these people, either military officers, male and female, okay? Chariot racers, male and female, gladiators, male or female, tradesmen and tradeswomen, and the oracles, which are mostly female, okay? If that makes any sense. The only difference is that in the Roman Republic, women will never fight with a testudo. That is solely the male way of fighting. That's the way Roman legions, the male uh, side of the military uses a square shield. You will never see women handling a testudo shield. That's just not the feminine way of fighting. If there are to be female legions in Rome, they will use a round shield. Okay? Using a round shield is for women in the Roman Republic. It's not, and the only case where you might see a Roman male carrying a round shield is if they're in the cavalry or there's some type of a centurion with a different task. But for the most part, the male way of fighting in the Roman Republic is with a square shield, one which you can make a testudo formation. Okay? So this is something that should be made very clear. And this should avoid any confusion. It's meant to be simple. It's not so complicated. Okay? You'll never see a professional Roman male legion that fights on the land. That's not part of the cavalry, okay? A proper legionnaire. Doesn't matter which part, whether they're Caesar's legion, whether there's Praetorian Guard, or the general Red Roman army. They're supposed to be having a square shield. That is the masculine tradition. Okay, if there are to be female legionnaires or female legions, they must never use the square shield, only a round shield. Same thing for female gladiators or gladiatrixes or the gladiatrix. You will never see them carrying a square shield in the gladiator arena. You'll see them having round shields, okay? And the same thing applies. If there's to be a female legion, all the round shields should be of equal size, okay, to maintain order and discipline. Also, for the most part, the preferred weapon of choice, according to some rumors, it isn't sure whether it's 100% true, is that Roman females, if they're in the legion, they prefer to fight with long spears, okay, with a round shield. But there's nothing like set in stone, like, okay, that's all that they can do. They just have to find a way to, develop some tactic and strategy using a round shield with a long spear or a gladius or whatever is suitable for the feminine way of fighting. Because look, you cannot mix up the two. There's a specific feminine way of fighting and there's a specific masculine way of fighting in the Roman Republic. You cannot ask a Roman legion made up of men to suddenly just use round shields and, fight the feminine way. That's just never going to work. Same thing with the Roman female legion. If you ask them to make these turtle formations or testudo formations, which are solely the masculine way of fighting with a square shield, it's not going to work. So if there is to be female fighting traditions, it has to be done the feminine way, not the masculine way. Okay? That's all I have to say in this voice recording. I'll see you in upcoming videos or voice recordings. You can check out some links in the description box below if you're interested.